Hello and welcome to the channel. We are going to be reacting to the UAW strikes, and this is live, by the way. This is as close as it gets to live. So Status Coup, which is a channel that is very in-depth on the working class, they go in depth on the struggle of the working class, and they give on the ground journalism. I'm going to be giving my thoughts and ideas to these interviews. They're going around interviewing workers, and I'm going to give my in-depth analysis of the reason why these workers are struggling. So let's watch some of this.
Pay. So you got everyone, not like rubbing it in, but you got everyone talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, do that with my profit sharing or pay off a bill. Right. But these poor people, they don't get nothing.
And everybody should have.
And it's not fair. Even when they have profit sharing or bonuses, all Stellantis should get them. Not just certain plants or certain buildings. Everyone. We're all.
Yeah. Why does one class get a bonus while the people who are making the factory tools, making the factory parts, they are expected to be given the same exact wage they were given 10 years ago? Is this fair? How much are we going to take when it comes to this? How much longer do we have to live as second-class citizens in our own country? Okay, with inflation being at record highs, with inequality being at record highs, it's only a matter of time before we start to ask for our fair share.
Somewhat of a job, you still don't have everyone up to kind of like equal pay.
Right.
But to me, it's just got to be equal all the way around.
No,
all
that's reasonable. That's reasonable. How about you?
I just want people to know Stellantis it's a good place to work at. It's just, for me being young, be prepared to, I'm here 6-7 days a week, dead shot in the afternoon to night. I don't have a life. You're limited with your family and your friends, and that's why we're out here to change that.
That is insane. So 6 to 7 days a week. This guy pretty much has dedicated his whole life for this job. He has no life. He has no free time. He's constantly tired. His body's aching. If anything, these workers should at least be given a fair share of the profits.
Now West is coming into town. He's going to be with the strikers. We have Biden has now confirmed that he is going to come into town on Tuesday. And Donald Trump is going to be holding some sort of rally here at the same time that the GOP is doing their presidential debate back in California at the Ronald Reagan Library. I will say it's strange that he's trying to paint himself as a pro-worker guy, given that he had just, basically said that Sean Fain was selling his workers out.
So look at the politicians coming out of the woodwork once there's media attention towards a strike. All of a sudden, the politicians care about the workers. They've never cared about the workers. They've been bought and sold by corporations, literally lobbied to freaking do the whim of these corporations, and we expect these same people to come and save us. What we need is a general strike. We need a national union, meaning all unions formed into one conglomerate union, and we say, hey, if you don't raise the minimum wage to a livable standard, we are going to shut the whole country down. That is what we need, a national union. Sure, one or two unions striking at the same time, it'll hit certain industries, but what we need is real legislation passed. We need minimum wage increase. We need price of living. The minimum wage should increase with the price of living. Enough with this whole inequality crap where people like Jeff Bezos can make hundreds of billions of dollars and not pay any taxes. Meanwhile, you have somebody making $30,000 a year and they are paying 20% in taxes. It's absurd.
Flint, Michigan tomorrow to cover that strike line. It's right outside of Flint, right? What's the name of it? Burton, yes, Burton. That's where we're going to be headed tomorrow. We might be going to Chicago after that. We were looking at some of the locations today, and most of them are 2 or 3 hours from where we're from. So we'll see what we can figure out, but we're going to try to hit up as many of these places as we can. We're going to try to talk to as many workers as we can so that they get to tell their stories. It's, it's a learning curve for all of us to learn what these guys have been going through the last few years because it hasn't been discussed. They obviously didn't get to this place overnight. This has been building for quite a while. So
So all that tension, imagine if these guys who are making $20 an hour on average are mad at the way the ownership class is treating them. Imagine what the guy making $15 an hour is thinking. Imagine what the guy making $14, $12, $13 an hour is thinking. People are mad, man. The working class is mad. We are super mad. And if we don't get a living wage, we have nothing to lose. And you should really be fearful of the people that have nothing to lose.
Or so you're a veteran, I'm hearing then? How long have you been here?
28, working on 29.
Wow, long time. So what do you think is the biggest beef? Is it the tiers? Is it the loss of pension profit sharing? Is it...
In my opinion, we all have different goals, which makes us, like, I'm at the end of my career. Like, to be honest, my biggest concern is I'd rather see a pension increase than a raise. I'm almost out. Do I want to see the tiers come up? Yes, I want to see the tiers come up. I mean, it's an equality. It makes a diverse workplace. I mean, we're in here working. We got 4 different wages. You got tier 1, tier 2, cap tier 2, and then a temp. And we all do the same job for the same pay. To me, that's not It's not equality. I mean,
this is what they do. They turn one worker against another, and that really takes the pressure off of management, because they have tier 1 competing with tier 2, they have tier 2 competing against tier 3, and while the management class is like, okay, you guys are fighting against each other, that's less work for me in order to keep you guys in line. So the management class is really just there to keep the workers in line, keep the worker divided, keep the worker on his toes when it comes to organizing. And the more divided you are, the more quote-unquote tiers there are, the less the workers will be able to peacefully cooperate.
raises car prices. When we voted in tier 2s, they didn't lower car prices. They increased their profit margin.
Right. How does that make sense?
It doesn't. I mean...
They have all of these various tropes that they throw out there, right? We can't, here's the other thing. Just because they increase your pay doesn't mean that money has to go automatically into increasing the price of the goods you're manufacturing. Here's a thought. You could take 2% off the CEO's pay, and that would take care of all of it.
Oh, yes. And they could easily give us a raise.
2% of the CEO's pay could pay for everyone's pension. 2%. Do you know how insane that is? So the CEO gets huge bonuses, huge pay increases, while the workers are starving, can't feed their family, stressing over bills, can't pay for medical insurance, basic things in order to sustain life, can't pay for housing. The same job that their grandparents worked, and they could feed a family of 5, pay for their college, pay their mortgage, buy 2-3 cars. Is this fair? Is it really that they're not working hard enough, or is this just a result of greed?
Who are you blaming?
Me personally?
I mean, I'm just saying.
You know who I'm blaming, but I'm probably not your average person.
Yeah.
I've heard too much now. I'm blaming your CEO.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. For the average
I've heard
Joe,
too much now.
mean,
Right, they don't know.
Yeah.
But that also could shut down the assembly lines where they're, if they run out of parts over there where they're putting the cars together.
Yeah, but really, we really don't. We'll do special picks if an assembly line is about to run out because the manufacturer isn't supplying parts. If we have parts in stock, we will do a just-in-time pick for them, and they'll come and do a pickup.
Okay.
But see, our parts are packaged, so they're not really.
Oh, okay.
They're not ready for assembly lines. So, like when they come here and get parts.
I didn't realize that. Okay, I got
When
it.
they come here and get parts, they got to unpackage them before they can use them.
I see. So mainly the parts that are here are in boxes. They're going out to dealers, retail outlets, whatever, if you want to fix something on your Mopar. I see. Okay.
Yeah. We're here because they got a store for 10 years.